Hi everybody, Joel from Wyatt RC here. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, BASHFEST has been and gone this past weekend, so if you missed it, look out for it coming up in August and get yourself there. So, had a great time. Not as busy as usual, but that kind of meant a lot of run time for me and anyone else that was there. So there were good and bad sides to that. No queues. The weather was all over the place. Friday, freezing cold night. Saturday, beautiful hot day. And Sunday was wet in the afternoon. So a bit of everything, really. Now, first and foremost, a massive thanks has to go out to the organisers and the sponsors of the event. Now, without you guys, we wouldn't be having the fun we've had every time. So I think it was BASHFEST 17 now. So massive, massive thanks to the organisers and the sponsors.
But it started. Just don't kill it.
Now, despite this year having 3 MCDs with me, I had the 80, the 40 and the 35. This year, or this weekend, was really a weekend of the small bore engine for me. It was a reintroduction to the love of small bore engines via this new Taylor RC 35cc engine. Now, I'm very lucky I've been able to use, I was lent the engine by Mike, and I've been able to use it for the last couple of months, and I've been slowly getting back into the small bore engines through having that. Normally, I don't really run a small bore. Mostly, the smallest I go is 40cc. Now, I had with me 3 MCDs. I had a 40, I had the 35, and I had the 80. Now, I didn't even use the 80 at all because it just seemed a waste of time, really, not really suited to the tracks at all, or the oval. The 40 I used a couple of times, or maybe even just once, and I had a really, really good run with it. And there's a bit of footage here in the video, but the quality is not great. It was taken on someone's phone, so you can see that. But that was a great run. Once I had that run, I was happy. And then the rest of the time, it was just 35s. Now, the reason, I suppose, partly for that is that there were the 4 of us, Richard, Andy, Mick and myself, and we all had 35s in our cars. I had an MCD RR5 Max. Richard had an MCD RR5 Max, but with a RCmaxXUK pipe in it. I'm just running the standard Barracuda pipe. Mick had a Lossy 5B with the little RCmaxXUK pipe, and so did Andy. The only difference really, Andy being that he's running mostly was running extenders and the standard Lossy tyres. And that car, that that Lossy 5B with that setup, the green Lossy 5B that you'll see in the video here in a minute, was absolutely incredible. I had a go with it. I had a little go with it because it looked so much fun, and I quickly, cheekily asked to have a go. And thanks to Andy, he let me have a go with it. And it was so much fun. It was literally like an 8-scale nitro, but a fuel car, and obviously bigger. The handling, the way it handled, so plush, so smooth over the bumps, very fast, lots of acceleration, lots of top end, just fun. You could spin the car, just everything about it just handled really, really nice. So yeah, Loved it. So basically, that was it really. Just loads and loads of laps on the 35. At the end, before we left on the Sunday, the three of us actually, because Richard wasn't running by then, the three of us literally brimmed our tanks, our 35s, and we ran until we were empty. So, and that is rare at BASHFEST to do that. So, for one, the cars held together, and for two, to have enough time on the track, because there weren't so many people, to be able to run for that long without feeling guilty about being on there too long. So that was absolutely amazing. Amazing close racing between us, so really, really loved it. But yeah, car of the weekend and driver of the weekend has to go to Andy for, with his 5B. Absolutely amazing. So a little bit of action on the technical as well. We did try the technical, but I just had a quick little film of it so you can get a little bit of footage of that. Very tight, very twisty. I do think personally, I'm not a racer, but I do think personally that it should be maybe slightly less complicated and a little bit wider, or double the width really, because you could get a lot more, I suppose, high speed but technical driving rather than purely technical twisty driving. So just a little bit tight and complex for me, to be honest. But loads of fun, obviously. Great fun, and a great challenge to get around it without making a mess of it. So that was good. And yeah, just very, very friendly people, lots of people to meet, lots of new faces, lots of old faces, and just chatting away about this great hobby that we all love and enjoy. So it's a great, great weekend. Make sure you get there, even if it's for the day. Get there, bring your car, run it. There's no issues if you're new to it, if you're old to it, whatever. It doesn't matter at all. There's always going to be someone here to help you out, give you a bit of encouragement, advice, or just have a chat and just have a laugh. That's what it's all about, just getting your cars out and having a laugh. Right, so as usual, a little bit of a damage report for the weekend. Now, normally I don't damage much. It's got to be said. This time, with the extra run time, I did have a few more issues. Now, I ran the MCD RR5s completely. I had nothing else with me. And on the one MCD with a 35cc engine in it, I did have a few issues. But the first time I had a crash with Andy, actually, and we both broke, he was running an MCD too, we both broke our front arm, I think. Front arm, lower arm, as in the main wishbone, and the top link of the turnbuckle. So that was that. Then later on, I broke a rear shock tower. Now, when I broke that rear shock tower, it snapped at the bottom near the bulkhead, and it actually took out both sides of the bulkhead, the rear bulkhead as well. So I snapped that. That was a bit of a surprise, I suppose, and that was on one of the jumps on the technical, or after. That's when it happened, but I may well have been weakened before that. I also broke a front hinge pin, lower hinge pin, snapped, and I also snapped a rear lower hinge pin, so the arm hinge pin, both occasions, one on the rear, one on the front, and that they just happened, well, during, I suppose, light crashes or touches on the oval, they both snapped. Again, props has to go to the Lozzie 5Bs, both Mick and Andy ran them relentlessly with the 35s in all weekend, and they didn't break anything, absolutely nothing. And those two cars took a lot of tumbles, had a lot of crashing, a lot of racing, and they didn't break a single thing, I don't think. I'd have to clarify that. I'm pretty damn sure, pretty 100% sure they didn't break anything at all. So, I had a Lozzie 5B before. I went MCD when I got the RR5, or I got a couple of them, and I thought, why have the Lozzie anymore? But I loved the Lozzie, and I remember now why. It's because it's such a durable, fun car, great suspension. And as long as you can keep it cool, which seems to be just through a bit of sensibleness, opening up the body and keeping an eye on temperatures, it seems it's a very reliable car, very good car. So yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting another one, but I'm not sure, as I've got too many RCs anyway as it is. So we'll see. But yeah, Lozzie 5B, great car. MCD RR5 Max, also very, very, very good. But as people say, it is generally a weaker platform in general, but that doesn't mean it's weak. It's just weaker, but it's still very durable, to be fair. I mean, I had plenty of runs, plenty of crashes, and had no issues with at all. So it's the usual, like anything. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the footage. Make sure you get to the August BASHFEST, and again, thanks to everybody who attended. Thanks to the organisers and the sponsors. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Take it easy. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Apologies for the quality of this footage, but it's taken on a phone, and I just wanted to show you a bit of the racing. So this is me in the red RR5, which just hit the green Lozzie there. But this is myself and Andy. Andy's in the green Lozzie B there. We're both running 35 Taylors. So yeah, enjoy the footage. Sorry about the quality, but I thought it'd be worth sharing anyway, as you can see a bit of 35s in action.
Goodbye.